Hey everyone! It's been 2 weeks since my last update video, so I figured I would give you an update on what I've been doing. First of all, very important update. It's come to my attention that not all of you know my dog, and I figured I would show her. This is Miss Lily. She's feeling a little under the weather at the moment, which is why she's a little bit trembly and more cuddly than usual. She's not really a cuddler. I got her, I don't know, 6 years ago from the animal shelter. She was elderly and had been neglected, and she's now my baby. But anyway, I figured I would show her off. I don't know her exact age. I think she's probably around 14 plus or minus, 2 or 3 years. I don't know her exact breed. Suspect Chihuahua Pomeranian or Chihuahua Papillon cross, but I'm not sure. I am a big dog person. My favorite breeds are like German Shepherds and Rottweilers and the entire like pit bull family, but I'm out of state for grad school, so I got a little dog so I can fly back to see my parents regularly with her. Anyway, because she was neglected and didn't get cuddled when she was a baby, she's not a real cuddler now, so she's like, put me down, lady. So, cute dog. Okay, you can go. Now she's gonna go up her stairs onto my bed and probably sleep on my pillow because that is what she does during the day. Great grad school dog. She basically sleeps. It's awesome. Unless I'm up and about and doing things, and then she'll come hang out with me. But when I'm gone, she's out like a light. So, now that very important update is done, let's talk about the actual crafting, which is what you're actually here for, probably, unless you like my dog. I like my dog. So the first thing I worked on in the past couple of weeks was my Heaven and Earth Designs for Heavenly Beasts artwork by Kiyomi Hirai. That's what it's going to look like. Now last time you saw it, well okay, I used it in my parking video so you've seen it since, but last time on my update that you saw it, I had done this first page. So I've done this much of the second page. That's about 400 stitches. See, it looks lovely. I can't wait till we get down here and we kind of get into Tiger. I don't think we actually get into Tiger's face until the page after this, so we've got a ways to go before we get into Tiger's face, but there's more of like Tiger's back. So I did that, and I was really excited about it, and it was a lot of fun. And then the last pattern for my Hardanger sampler came out, so I stopped working on that to work on this, and I finished it, as in I finished it. Well, I'll talk about that. But this is the last block. This is the December block in the round and circles Hardanger sigilling. Oh, if you're curious, the For Heavenly Beasts is stitched 2/1 on 18 count Aida. This is on 22 count Hardanger cloth. As you can see, this one's got, in the original pattern, this is supposed to be like a metallic kid leather, but the designers in Britain, and when I was looking for metallic kid leather, I could only find it from either Canadian or UK sellers. And I didn't really want to pay $20 with shipping for a piece of leather this big, so I took her substitute and bought, it was a metallic fabric. I can't remember the exact type, but there was that. This Jessica stitch around it was super fun to work. This one was kind of interesting because I was working on it and I was like, yeah, it's okay. And then I did these diagonal beads and I was like, oh, I really like this. I like how it mimics the diagonal going on there. And I was like, this is really cool. So let me just show you. It's basically done. There's a couple of spots where the beads got kind of pushed out of place by my Q-snap, so I need to like massage them back into place. But this is the whole thing. And I want your opinion on this. I have been debating, because these are kind of circular, these little diamond-shaped spaces in between them, and I am debating whether I want to find or come up with a little bit of embroidery to put in that, or whether I just want to leave them. Let me know what you think. I'm debating whether it's going to be too busy or whether it's going to work out and look better with it. I don't know. Anyway, I'll just show you these in order. So this was January. This was February. March. April, May, June, July, September, October, no, wait, no, that's wrong. January, February, March, April, May, June, July. This was August. I completely forgot August. This is September, then October, November, and December. I think my favorites are probably December, so this one, and then this one, which I'd have to count up which month it is. January, February, March, April, May, June. That was June. So yeah, I'm either done with that or not done, pending a little more embroidery. I'm kind of leaning towards not doing the embroidery, but like I said, I'd be interested in your thoughts on that. It was a lot of fun. The whole thing is stitched in, so it's on white 22 count Hardanger cloth, and I used white DMC pearl cotton, size 5 and size 8. I used silver petite treasure braid. I used silver Mill Hill beads, and then there were some extra little bits and bobs that were just, I bought them off of eBay for pretty cheap. Silver sequins, kind of a sheer white ribbon, and then that silvery fabric that I had there. And I actually have a lot left over, because like, I mean, I bought a spool of ribbon on eBay for, I don't know, less than $5, and I used maybe a little bit more than this. So, you know, I have my packet of sequins, and there's actually another packet this size is in my stash because they were like for sequining a dress, so it was a lot, and it was like $3 from China or something, you know. So I can't even remember how much this is. It's like a quarter yard or a half yard of this silvery fabric. I have so much stuff left over from it, which is great. Like, I love all the colors and everything, and I'm sure I'll find a use for it, but it's just kind of like, well, that didn't use nearly as much as it could have. Oh, and if I didn't mention, the designer for this is Mabel Figworthy. So yeah, I'm pleased with that. I need to either do that embroidery or decide that I'm not going to do it, and then, and like I said, kind of massage the beads that got a little shifted out of place back into place, and then frame it. I'm going to stretch it over, what is the word? I'm going to stretch it over foam board, but not put a frame on it like I did with my Morning Flight Dimensions kit. And I'm thinking, because my parking tutorial that I did was really popular, got a lot of really good feedback on it, I might do a tutorial video on how I frame that whenever I get around to it. Because I haven't seen other people doing that type of framing, and I'm so far quite happy with it. So that's been my stitching. I am definitely looking forward to getting back to 4 Heavenly Beasts and working on that more. At the moment, I've only got 3 ongoing stitching projects: the 4 Heavenly Beasts, a Oriental Butterfly Dimensions kit, and then I'm still working on the Save the Stitches from Blackwork Journey Blackwork sampler. So now that I've got the Hardanger sampler off the frame, I'm going to put the Blackwork sampler on the frame and then flip back and forth between those. Alright, so my knitting. Last time I did a video, I had shown you the little neck warmer red thing that I made for a little dog that I know. At the time I was saying I wasn't sure how it was going to fit. It turns out it fits her perfectly, and I don't actually have it anymore because she has it and she wears it like all the time when she goes out. So I will have a link to my project page for that down below, and there is a picture there of her wearing it. I don't really have a good one to show you on, a good way to show you a picture on this video, but there's that. Then I've been focusing on finishing up a bunch of knitting pieces. So this, dun, 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 is a little baby sweater. And when you last saw it, I had done the back and about this far up one of the fronts. So I did the rest of that front, the other front, both sleeves, the neckband, and everything. I'm trying to remember the name of the pattern. I think it's the Heirloom Cables Baby Sweater by Lion Brand? It's one of the yarn companies. This is the Vanna's Choice acrylic yarn, and it's whichever company puts that out because it was actually designed for this yarn. I think it's Lion Brand, but I'm not sure. Anyway, there will be a link to my project page on Ravelry down below, so you can go check it out if you want to. It's a really nice little sweater pattern. These buttons, believe it or not, okay, these buttons don't actually match. These two match, and then the other three match. And the difference is just kind of in the, this has got like an angled lip on it, and this has got a rounded lip on it. And this kind of like goes into the hole, and this kind of goes in and then comes back up. It's super minor. You can feel the difference, but only if you're really paying attention. And since I happen to have these buttons chilling in my button randomness, I was just like, I am not buying buttons because these work. The color of this, like I said, is the Vanna's Choice yarn, and it's Fern, I believe is the name of the color. It's not bad. It's not a yarn I would choose, but it's not bad, and once I wash it, it's actually quite soft, which is nice for a little baby. So this will be going to donate at a homelessness resource center up by my parents' house that I've donated stuff to before. So I did that. That took a while. I pretty much focused exclusively on that once I got the dog neck warmer done. And so just the past couple of days, I've gotten back to working on my metallurgy shawl, which it is, where is it? It's by Very Busy Monkey, and it's this kind of garter stitch shawl with this nifty little border on it. So I've been working on the border right now. Feels like it's taking forever. It's a knitted on border. Okay. This little black stitch marker marks 1/3 of the way along the border, so I'm almost 1/3 of the way done. When last you saw it, I was right here, and I've since worked one whole repeat. I estimate that I have about 8-ish, maybe a little 8.5 repeats to go. It's just very loose estimate. And the yarn is, I don't know, it's a Mystery acrylic that I already had that I actually split. It was very loosely plied, and I split it into a finer yarn so I could use it for this shawl. This is actually the last of my yarns that I have that I purchased or acquired before I got on Ravelry. So it's kind of my, like, back when I didn't know very much about yarn, my last of those yarns that I got when I didn't really know what I was doing. So I am definitely looking forward to finishing this project and then having only yarn that I've bought for specific projects since joining Ravelry, kind of a thing. If I finish this up, then all of my yarn was purchased in 2014 or later. And so I still have, like I said, I've done this much of the border, and I still have all of this to do. Yay. So anyway, I kind of am hoping to get this done by the end of the year at the latest, so that I can be like done with all of my older yarn and just have new projects. And it'd be nice also to start the new year with no other really ongoing projects. The only other ongoing project I have is my scrap yarn blanket. Oh, I guess I did do a couple of hexagons for my little hexagon. It's like an unstuffed beekeeper's quilt. So I did a couple of hexagons, but no, nothing really fancy there to show you. Where was I going with that? Oh yeah, I want to finish this by the end of the year. So that way in 2017 I can start with all new projects and all yarn that I have for specific projects and all of that. Ideally, I would really like to get it finished by the 23rd, because on the 24th, Danny from the Little Bobbins Knits podcast, who's one of my absolute favorite knitting YouTube video people, she does the past couple of years, and this year too, she does a Christmas Eve cast on knit along where everyone casts on a pair of socks to do kind of a knit along over Christmas Eve and Christmas, and, you know, until you get it done, obviously. And I'm wanting to participate in that. So I would love to have this actually done by the 23rd, so that way on the 24th I can cast on those socks, and then just have those socks for the rest of the year, which I should be able to finish up if that's my only project. And then in 2017 start like a giant lace shawl or something. So anyway, I can do it. I need to do a little over half of a repeat every day to do it. So fingers crossed. Just as a random note on this shawl, I'm not going to show you the pattern too closely. What I actually did was I took the pattern and I put it inside a page protector, and then I took some washi tape and just kind of folded over the ends so they don't stick down. So I can stick this down and move it up the chart, which is working really well. It keeps my spot really well, and I don't tend to lose count. So anyway, just an idea if you, because I know I've seen magnetic chart keepers and stuff, but they're like expensive for what they are, and I was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So yeah, I have done a little bit more work with the whole paper rolling, making baskets thing, but really it amounts to, I cut out a bunch of pieces of cardboard to make bases for baskets because I'm going to make a bunch of baskets for my kitchen, but I haven't gotten beyond cutting out the cardboard. I still need to cover the cardboard with paper and paint it, and paint the tubes and weave the baskets. So that just kind of fell by the wayside while I was trying to get done with a bunch of other projects, because it'll happen at some point. Done. Yeah, I've done like some minor watercoloring in a coloring book and rolling a couple paper beads, but nothing really exciting and worth noting. I've been busy with my thesis, and also every Christmas I make chocolate truffles using it's Anne Reardon's recipe from How to Cook That. She has a YouTube channel. It's one of her older videos at this point, but they're really good, and I make them every year. So that's been time consuming. This first round of the second variety of truffles is currently solidifying in the mold in my kitchen so I can take it out. But so yeah, busy, but made a lot of progress on specific projects, not necessarily a wide variety of projects. I feel like this video is really short. Like I said, upcoming, I plan to go back to working on the 4 Heavenly Beasts cross stitch. I plan to finish knitting this border on the shawl. I think by the time I talk to you next, yeah, it will be, oh, my next scheduled video would be on Christmas. I'll probably do that anyway, because I don't really do anything for Christmas. And it'll be fun to do, I guess. So I'll have just cast on the socks. And yeah, that's what's up. I don't know. It seems like a really short update, but maybe it's not. Anyway, I will talk to you in a couple of weeks. Maybe on Christmas, maybe not. All right. See you then. Bye.